in the spiraling mind. What do we dive in and find? The deeper we fall depends on just how high that we climb. I guess we all built this wall here, one lie at a time. Went to great lengths for the longest to try and deny it. Did you resolve your past yet? Cause I didn't mind. So between love and hate, just how wide is the line? For me to bottle all this pain's just deciding on dying. That's the urgency I have when I'm writing a rhyme. Every fiber inside, or this fire of mine, full of ire of a virus in such a violent time. Take the wrath and the pride, just divide it in sides. Feel the passion arise as it arrives in his eyes, and I'm gone back into the standing parade. Pull the pin out on this fucking hand grenade that I waved. Left abandoned, betrayed. I played a hand in his fate. Maybe that's the only thing I understand and create. They say I'm strange, and I am unusual. That's all I got here. My life is a musical. I know you don't love me. You love what I do for you. They call it ugly, but I say it's beautiful. They say I'm strange, yeah, and I'm still unusual. I talk to myself here. I'm trying to get through to you. Ain't nobody love you. Just look what they do to you. So I just take everything that's brutal and I make it beautiful. When I'm in your speakers, half the rhyme I go jeepers, creepers. I play for keepers, smash phenomenal pieces. This is a star being born. Astrological features, how do you mourn? Pathological creatures, riding the storm till 5 in the morning, colliding with scorn, taking the path with these leeches. Jesus, it's such a passionate thesis. I leak on pieces of pages. There's no peace in this piece. I try to keep it in cages, but I can't contain it. Blood and pain and the pain, and what a strange entertaining. Sudden change when he's saying it. Cut a vein and then drain it. That's a level of payment that I gave to the game. No other way to explain it, ain't it? Something worth living for. I found in my darkness. Will I be forgiven or go drown with the heartless? I guess it still remains to be seen if I can just go back to sleep and try changing the stream. They say I'm strange, and I am unusual. That's all I got here. My life is a musical. I know you don't love me. You love what I do for you. They call it ugly, but I say it's beautiful. They say I'm strange, yeah, and I'm still unusual. I talk to myself here. I'm trying to get through to you. Ain't nobody love you. Just look what they do to you. So I just take everything that's brutal and I make it beautiful.
Alrighty folks, and welcome back to another All That Dope Fucking Shit podcast, man.
It's not called that, but we get the point.
It is what it is. It's the All That Dope Fucking Shit podcast.
It is All That Dope Shit podcast.
Yes.
Hell to the fucking yes.
Are you ready to All That Dope Shit podcast?
I am fucking ready to podcast all day.
Let's take an interval then. Crazy. Welcome back. We always have a wee short break before we actually start the main podcast, which is weird. I don't know why we do it. I think it's just to showcase the intro music.
Aye.
Reason.
Shouts to Custard Beats.
That's it. So, as I should have mentioned at the first part, the track we just played there was Slaine Beautiful. That was the opening track. Slaine with the track called Beautiful. Awesome.
Beautiful track.
A wee adjustment we should make from last week's podcast is that we forgot, in all our fantastical wisdom, to mention. We mentioned right at the beginning of the podcast that we had 2 interviews, and we forgot to actually introduce them during the podcast. So I scrambled through the podcast as best I could to find little bits where we took a wee break for a second, and immediately was like, so on the line. So you'd get a bit where we're like, okay, so that was that track, and then you'd be like, and on the line we had, so it was just weird.
That sounds alright. Fuck it.
So that's fine. Nobody mentioned anything, so I assume like it's okay.
Yep.
But this week's podcast, we have interviews with Xidus Pain. Just kidding, Exodus Pain. What joke?
You're right, it was Xidus Pain.
It was, no.
Aye.
I
think he's wrong. I think he's saying his name wrong.
There you go. Well, according to him, the owner of the name, it's Exodus Pain. We had him on for a chat.
But then Nike keeps saying that it's pronounced Nike, and they're wrong.
And that's wrong. That is actually wrong.
Aye.
There's another one.
It's Mem.
Mem and Meme. Yep. There's a I'll remember this as we go through. But
GIF. The guy
GIF.
says GIF. It's no
Aye.
GIF, it's GIF.
It's a GIF, mate. A
Aye.
GIF.
It's graphic interface.
What's the third bit? Fixture.
Facilitation.
Right. So yes, this week we have Xidus Paint and DUR Brain. 2 great guests this week. Fantastic. So, anything you want to talk about before we start?
I would like to talk a wee bit about boom bap instrumentals.
Okay.
And so, in every sort of decade, boom bap instrumentals have differences. You could tell, like, the evolution of boom bap. There's differences. So, in, like, the 80s, it was more sort of tinny drums and things like that.
Well, in the 80s, like, they seem to forget that you could actually... and it might have been, like, a feature issue on some of the NPCs at the time.
Yeah.
The feature issue I think they had was, like, a delay part on it. So, like, the samples were not able to be delayed a little bit. So, it was like... like that. So, they would really just... like, really straight up. No delay on the samples whatsoever. It got a bit better as we went through, so I don't know what... Right, I'm looking forward to getting to your point now.
90s were sort of my ideal boom bap era. 90s and early 2000s were sort of... people were going to be annoyed that it's not just 90s or just 80s or whatever. But I feel like late 90s to early 2000s were like ideal boom bap sort of instrumentals for me.
Okay.
And then the evolution kept going. And I feel like now... It might just be the producers that I'm seeing, because I'm a big fan of like Mr. Green. Mr. Green does sort of 90s style boom bap beats, and that's the shit that I'm into. Whereas it now seems to be a feature that people are doing this lo-fi chill hop stuff.
Yeah.
However, that's cool. That's the same sort of evolution. That's fine. I don't know why that needs to be lo-fi. I don't know what that's about. But cool. But there's also a new feature in boom bap beats lately, like in the past few years, where it's like out of beat beats.
Yes, that's...
They're like adding in like extra beats in the instrumental where it doesn't quite fit, and I don't know why they're doing it.
I don't know.
It seems to just ruin the entire beat for me.
I think
but it's so common now.
There was a thing that Jay Dilla used to do, which was called humanising the beats and stuff like that. So he would like put them off beat, just like a wee bit. But he wouldn't add extra drums. And also they would be quantized as well, so it would be off beat slightly, but it would be like still in a loop.
Yeah.
So they would constantly be in beat but off beat in that sense. Also, I want to go back on the boom bap thing. The 2000s were the year of the sped up high lonely thing, because that was all over hip hop at that time.
Yeah.
That was fucking... So that was... in addition to that, the 2000s. So that seems to be a thing, but the humanising nowadays, it just seems like laziness and like no trying to drop some of the extra beats that were on the original samples.
Yeah.
Bit of laziness, I feel.
Yeah, and there's also the thing, I think that maybe ties in with the idea of rappers rapping offbeat on purpose and talking about it being raw. That's more raw that way. Or you're just not a very good rapper.
Well, dirty.
That's
dirty is what you mean.
That's my thing, is that you're just not a very good rapper.
Yeah.
Because the whole point of being a very good rapper is that there's a beat there, so fucking use it. And the fact that instrumentals are now being offbeat, is that to be more raw? Because to me it just sounds shit.
On one of the 4 Owls albums, 4 Owls, one of my favourite rap groups worldwide, even though they're just from the UK. Fucking... Leaf Dog has an awful thing of like completely looping a sample rather than just like cutting it up.
Yeah.
I prefer cut up samples to create something new. So when you do hear the original sample, you're like, oh fuck, that was that. I like that. But when you hear a sample just looped over and over again, you could hear like the clicks or like a wee hi-hat or something that like digs in. And sometimes there's like a wee vocal sample. I would love to remember the name of the tune. I didn't know we were going to be talking about this. I would have remembered. But there's a slight vocal sample that overlaps a lot of the rapping and
that's
stuff like
that Coffee for Your Head song.
Yes,
that's got a lot
as well.
That's got a lot of sampling.
That is kind of annoying. I do. It happens a lot as well.
Kanye West, College Dropout, with a lot of that all falls down.
Was it?
That was the whole way through.
Aye. Horrible.
Yeah.
There you go. Well, there you go. We've spoken about boom bap beats.
I have, yeah. But it was a thing that I noticed this week. Because trying to find an instrumental this week was very hard.
Yeah.
Because this week, for some reason, just seemed to be just every boom bap thing was lo-fi chill hop, but with that offbeat beat thing. Or it was overly sampled. Like the vocals were way too fucking. It was just the whole thing was just vocal samples the whole way through, and I'm like, that's not an instrumental at this point. You've just made a song.
You've heard like Not Like Before, the 4 hours.
Yeah.
You must hate that beat.
No, I quite like that beat.
All right, that's okay. Right, but
I done a song to All Falls Down.
All right, well, that's fine. Because Not Like Before, it's all the way through.
Yeah.
So I know why a lot of people probably might hate that tune, but it's a big tune as well.
No, but I didn't mean that. I mean, like, in a few of the songs, it was one vocal, but it was like a whole verse the whole way through.
All right, I hate
and I'm like, that's not. You've just made a song.
Aye.
You just made an instrumental, and then you've made a song.
You get bits where the samples are glitched because
that was every that seems to be the big thing that, and I fucking hate it. I'm starting to hate boom bap beats if they're going to go down that route, because at that point they're trying to merge different types of instrumental.
Yeah, aye.
Just give me 90s boom bap. That's my ideal.
Just find a nice sample, figure out the time code, figure out the time signature, work out, try and get to the 4x4. What you're trying to get.
I want very simple stuff.
Aye.
I want good lyrics, and I want a nice clean boom bap beat.
Aye.
Some scratch hooks.
I think one of the issues as well, a lot of producers are like, I need to take it to the next level. Yeah. Like, not really.
That DJ Revolution beat.
Which one?
The one.
Jump up if you want to get down.
Ideal. That was great.
A nice circus sample. Nice basic circus sample. Fucking heavy drums. The kind of, like I talk about, like the
some
snap.
simplistic rapping.
Yeah.
But, you know.
That was LOG, innit? Aye. Yeah, that's always going to happen.
Still though. Dope
beat, man. Again, stop trying to take it to the next level. You don't need to take it to the next level.
There's also an issue with rappers who seem to be like self-conscious, so they try and rap way above their ability, and then you see them rushing to try and catch the next next bar, and you're like, you can't rap, calm it down.
Aye, I've seen that a lot, like real struggles of people really trying to. A lot of people like trying the double time stuff a lot of the time as well, and they're bad at it.
Yeah.
I wish I knew we were going to have this conversation, because I've got a few examples of that as well. Bastard.
It's just a.
Amazing. We'll do a wee bit of homework for next week, Craig.
Okay.
Some fucking examples of people making mistakes like that we could talk about.
Well, the problem is that the examples in my head right now were folk that are new. So it's folk that are just self-conscious because they're just started. So I feel like it's low-hanging fruit. I
feel like Chino XL is a veteran in hip-hop right now. And Chino XL
Diesel Automatic is one of those raw guys.
Chino XL suffers from that completely.
Yeah.
Because he can do double time, but he's not fucking great at it.
No.
So he tries to really squeeze in as much as he can a lot of the time. And it doesn't always work. See,
for me, I'm like, why does Chino XL need to try it when you've got Tech 9?
Perfect example.
Tech 9's there.
You seem to hate Pharaoh Monch.
Yeah.
I like him because he's a bit off key sometimes.
I don't know why you like him. Because anybody else, we know rappers that have the same style as Pharaoh Monch. And you don't like them.
I know.
And yet you like Pharaoh Monch. I don't know why.
I don't know what it is. I feel like... God, I feel like this is a therapy session.
Have you not heard any of his songs?
It's weird. I think it's because I've been so used to hearing Simon Says. Simon Says is the perfect rap tune.
Yeah.
And you agree with
I don't know he clearly knows how to rap. And how is he fucked up?
He done a tune recently.
And like Outkast. Or who's the other one on Outkast?
Big Boy.
Big Boy. Well, why is he an Outkast?
He's not very good either.
Andre 3000, probably one of the best rappers from that era, at least, right? And then, what the fuck is he doing? Why is he there? Get him away to fuck. Just get Andre 3000 in the songs. Every feature of Andre 3000 is dope.
There you go. Shit, I did not think we were getting into this conversation because we've been missing out hip-hop conversations for a while, so...
Well, it's nice to just come and talk about hip-hop sometimes.
It is, and
without homework. It's just off the top of the head, you're talking about what you like, you're talking about what you don't like. There's no planning to not say something to offend anybody. It's just, you're saying the stuff. I don't like homework. Well, enough homework today.
Fuck it, no homework, man. Hey, if anybody has something to say, something to add... let us know.
Ask us a question. We'll fucking
talk about it, man. Awesome. Perfect. We'll get into some boom bap then, I think. So this is it. Termanology, Shortfyuz, Reks, Easy Money, and Artisin with Derelict Part 3.
I bando now, so my rhyme flow wild. I let the nine go blow, leave your motherfucking brain sanko chow. Never confuse it like it's just music. Stupid to burn it hot, not cause it's stolen, I just used it. We let them go and keep the cans on us. While you ain't stash it was cold out. Used it for hand warmers, never stand on us. A betting man to put a band on us. A real rap fan that never abandoned on us. Thought it was a game, so I brought him some shit. My fifth, we stick together like more than brick. Stupid bitches copping PS5s, all of them trips. Should've taught them to flip, went and bought them a brick. Hey yo, my whole demeanor so clean. Wouldn't think that I'm holding heaters till I blow the Nina, spray your shit clean. No older eater, a fucking star in this game. Call me a estrella if you test, stay a SK, you rock your vest.
I say the industry is fishy. I don't know if they politicking with me or if they polishing the glizzy. I wobble in the hizzy with a bottle full of whiskey. Bopping to some Biggie, went shopping with the Millie. Dominican mommies, they in the lobby swinging titties. Bugatti with the loud, we the loudest in the city. 10 at 850, iceberg Mickey. Pounds in the trash bag, looking like Missy. Derelict, who be getting checks. Leave your neck severed from your body if you disrespect. Sin in turn plus easy in the legend Reks. Let's recollect how many records did we really wreck. Still a threat, so these major rappers scared to fuck with me. Eat them up with cutlery, fuck them, they could suck a D. Goya 3, I could give a fuck about the president. I'm slapping the dobo over my coca while I'm stretching it.
When I brainstorm, rain clouds form. Thunder rocks the world, my shine is like lightning cause it's bright. And it shocks your girl, I get so high for the lie. If you drop your Earl, I have the room spin like propeller or helicopter twirl. I got many styles too, you know that rhyme tighter. I spit on beats from Fuse that kick like TIE fighters. Balance weight while I'm lifting, my life is a high wire. I'm a fly writer, rhyme hyper, and a rhyme cipher. 5 microphone way before beyond the line wire. Plus I beat straight from head to toe with fly attire. I spit on gutter beats while committing felonies, while niggas go telling these streets for the celery. And bitches gossip because of jealousy and entertainment. Niggas only give a fuck about it if a nigga famous. I learned hood etiquette and encoded language in a life of pain with a flame that you can't extinguish.
Swear on Quran, the Bible, my amigos is homicidal. When Diesel, when Nasty squad of idols, time to check they vitals. Chef Boyardee, Goya 3, look, disloyalty, boy yo please, yo, duck. Shit'll get sprayed, sucker the ricochet, hit your fade, pitiful way to behave, reminisce to Genesis of sentences, simple as scrap, simple as black, pinnacle lyrical that, minister rap, soapbox, surrender by derelicts, picture the dro guys, beloved my bro god, go hard in my yoga, pause, go gadget, dojo rap, kid rise like yeast. Bisquick mastered, spit so accurate, bullseye, no bull eye, a wizard with Michael Dini with MJ, EMC, AA type. 2 diabetical foes flows, sweeter than hosiery, your magic seed, dress me your majesty. You yapping, fuck shit out of your luck.
Yeah. Sitting here for days, career has changed. Still strange, sipping Becks, phone sex with my ex, give me hearing aids. Man, what a waste, still a pain. Yeah, I'm great, I'm amazed, I'm amazing. Not phased, still painting, still out for the page, still chasing. Fuck you to the snake, still wading through bullshit, red flag still waving. I'm both feet on road, red lights still go. Check my smash shows, yeah we're doing it. Like mine said, I keep doing it. I'm true, you waffle shit, stop spewing it. Toward the A to Z, done drugs from A to Z with ease. I'm known to play the sets. Rum and coke is my favorite spread. Nightcap, count sack, pay dues, hit shoes and pay the rent.
Yeah, it's final. I'm blowing dust off the vinyl. Going back in time, trying to find myself. That's where I found myself. That's where I found myself. That's where I found myself. Yeah, I'm blowing dust off the vinyl. Going back in time, trying to find myself. That's where I found myself. That's where I found myself. That's where I found myself.
Hey, before the game was all about playlists, where some had the nerve to keep it basic and nerds would even rate it, or having no shame could make you famous, where Cosby became the Morpheus of the date rape matrix. I had the skill intact to rip a fat track, take the wheel and leave my mark on it as if it's Brands Hatch, known to give you that crack like a builder's back fat. Raised the gear, made it here, now it's still a damn fact. Smooth as a pimp though, still as brutal as Kimbo. Usual info, eyelids flew in the limbo, out the studio window, bunning Zeus full of Indo with this cute little bimbo I never knew was an info. This cut of fabric entwined with a bunch of madness and touch of magic is having me rise to this upper status. Dust the planets, radiated while I'm about, like the UVs breaking up the pavement, coloured clouds. Yeah, it's got a shouting, no doubt. Mysdiggi Revoard Records, and I'm out, mother love.
I'm blowing dust off the vinyl. Going back in time, trying to find myself. That's where I found myself. That's where I found myself. That's where I found myself. Yeah, I'm blowing dust off the vinyl. Going back in time, trying to find myself. That's where I found myself. That's where I found myself. That's where I found myself.
Cranky, guzzling grogs, I'm mad angry. Shit cunts, grizzle a graph, but love Banksy. Fat cunt carrying timber, still lanky. Fuck boys following fads, they're so fancy. Fruity rhymers, they're wetter than a scuba diver. Lost your way, you're like an Uber driver. Scrutinizing at the jam and smashing through the rider. Drank enough to kill a cow, I'm like a true survivor. I'm not dying, I'm nice, I'm not lying. Can't still pressing their tunes, I'm not buying. Emo kid on a beat, stop crying. God, not a naughty boy, I'm not Brian. Lounging, refreshed, still downing. Drinks got the sums on the credit card mountain. Who's shout, man, I chuck a few pounding. Even Jim Jones got a rounding.
Like turn pigs to ham hocks, fuck police. Just put yourself in my shoes with stand socks underneath. Hunting sheep, eating lamb chops 100 deep. I'm Benny the Jet in the Sandlot, I run with beasts. Seated on this throne before, my soul's reborn from a past life. Why put overlords and OGs on? No remorse, showing force like I'm Obi-Wan. Maybe I went overboard to float ashore with Goldie Hawn. I go beyond, close the doors, smoke these bombs. And no one's sure how I wrote this raw, multis formed. Quoted more than Jehovah's Law and holy psalms. Got head set to go to war like Ghost Recon. Homies calm, drinking so much booze and chilling. The computer built in my medulla thinks the room is tilting. Super villain, shoot to kill until your fluid's spilling. Chasing dead presidents, I do it with Sabruta filming. I am the god of hellfire. Never had a plot to piss and got my baby mama tripping. That's how Diabolic's living. Are you not entertained? Never gave a flying fuck. Get your jaw wired shut. Don't need to let the iron bust. Are you not entertained? Never had to sell his soul. Living by a selfless code. Staying real till hell is froze. Are you not entertained? Never will I ever change for money, hoes, and getting fame. I'm on a different mental plane. Are you not entertained? The angel on my shoulders screaming, Bolic's a demon. I kicked Adam out the Garden of Eden with Eve swallowing semen. Only logic and reason I got's plotting and scheming. Life's been so imbalanced, it seems odd if it's even. I'd rather smoke bud and drink Jack than show love till I get so paranoid I think that my phone's bugged. Maybe I'm crazy, but don't judge. A cobra clutch will snap your bones to dust like Thanos' gold glove. Won't budge, standing my ground has got me gassed. Nah, it's just that me and Johnny Slash will whoop somebody's ass. I check your music, but it's probably trash. It's probably filled with lots of lies that would not survive a polygraph. I'm a polymath through the knowledge. Ain't had a good day since Lakers beat the Supersonics and Cuba's watching. So while you're concerned with rumor gossip, I'ma go sling cock to a chick who digs box like Lewis Gossip. Never had a pot to piss and got my baby mama tripping. That's how Diabolic's living. Are you not entertained? Never gave a flying fuck. Get your jaw wired shut. Don't need to let the iron bust. Are you not entertained? Never had to sell his soul. Living by a selfless code. Staying real till hell is froze. Are you not entertained? Never will I ever change for money, hoes, or getting fame. I'm on a different mental plane. Are you not entertained?
What they gonna say now? What they gonna say now? I used to hug the blocks, but now I hug the market stocks. I'm from a place, if you catch a body shot, it's for jewels and watch. We not the same, and my niggas got me. They never choose to watch, and ever since the pandemic, catch me investing rules and Glocks. You in the box, try adapting, I'm sicker than urban magic. Pull your card and have niggas on mute just like they Charlie Chaplin. Told you niggas I'm impatient, you the best, they overstated. Manny sold the white, my whip is black, see I'm a fucking racist. Niggas hot, behold the occasion. Mr. Clark, but no relation. Should I brag, cause rappers lean on me just for some validation? That's a fact, it's never capped. The lion is my zodiac, and rappers brag about the guns they have, but shit they never pack. The shit is at an all-time high, and never worth it. Everybody sweat it, flow so fly. Need me to write your verses, take the crown before I die. Before I lie in hearses, been a perfect nigga. You figured these written rhymes in cursive. I call your bluff just like a game of poker. Type of dude to beat you to the ground before I think to choke ya. So sadistic, cold as ice. My heart is from the northern polar. Ain't no reconciling when you die, that's when I call it closure. Boiling like 100 degrees. Time ticking like the hands on a clock. Play it close with every moment you seize. Can be your last when niggas want you to fly. That's why I hunger for more. That's why I hunger for more. That's why I hunger for more.
Love boiling like 100 degrees. Time ticking like the hands on the clock.
Hey yo, I took the product and I made a profit. Me and wifey made a promise. Couldn't bring no product in the crib because it made her nauseous. 3 could fit in a duffel. You give it up, I'm making forfeit. Pressure on a rock, you would think this shit is metamorphic. The more I bit into this beat, I guess I made it morbid. Rigor mortis set into the snare as soon as I record it. I've been double crossed so many times, you think I'm Gordon Crawford. Had so many knives put to my back, look like a stegosaurus. Get rid of you niggas again. I pull up in something, the women say I wanna get it with him. It's like a margarita, how they be wanting to lick on the rim. You bout to be missing a limb. You running with boys, I'm running with men. I get on the beat and I vent, so high in the sky, you thinking I live on a blimp. You see the rapping scales, you niggas owe me daffodils. They love me from Boston to Springfield. I got mass appeal, who half is ill? My city come with me. This shit a package deal. If I ain't get one dime out of this shit, you'll see the passion still. I thug it out, cause I ain't never wanna see my mama work. I'm bugging out, like going to your crib without calling first. I made it hot, I'm breaking all thermometers. When harm occurs, I'm raw with words. You couldn't see the kid with baby monitors. Anoyd,
like
nigga.
100 degrees. Time ticking like the hands on the clock. Play it close with every moment you seize. Can be your last when niggas want you to fly. That's why I hunger for more. That's why I hunger for more. That's why I hunger for more.
Love boiling like 100 degrees. Time ticking like the hands on the clock.
That's why I hunger for more.
Your favorite rapper with bulky sneakers and skinny jeans. I'm here to get to the multi-millions by any means. Don't matter rapping or when I'm acting, I still a scene. Ain't no way to wean off my dope spitting, you still a fiend. Cut your career short, guillotine. Walk on the track backwards, Mike Jack, Billie Jean. Diplomats really mean it, promise I'm really the truth. Cross my heart and hope to die before I get in the booth. They wonder how I get to the loot, I keep them aloof. Them lines stay over your head, I wrote my shit on the roof. I write my shit cause it's proof, positive stanzas astute. You wanna go viral on TikTok, you trying to be cute. Duke, I've been a factor since Penny went backdoor. Pass off the glass through the defender and Shaq scored. Bet this ain't what you asked for. You can't talk it if you got a glass jaw. That's why I hunger for more.
Like 100 degrees. Time ticking like the hands on with every moment you seize. Can be your last when niggas want you to fly. That's why I hunger for more. That's why I hunger for more. That's why I hunger for more.
Love boiling like 100 degrees. Time ticking like the hands on the clock.
That's why I hunger for
You
more.
won't need a casket when I get a beat package. Came back strong. 2020, I dropped 3 classics. Made it into queen status. Book smart with street tactics. Don't give niggas free passes. Humble, but I speak passion. I was never in it to prove shit. This game is mostly business, then it's 10% music. We started off small, now you get to witness some movement. It's easy to quit, but what's worse, to never get it at all, or get it and lose it. We went from minutes to students. You gotta see me work. The best seeds go through the mud. They say trees need dirt. The fans go crazy when I speak these words. Told that nigga, before you hit it, gotta eat me first. Then I hang up if he call. Gotta wake up like a boss. House so big, shit, I got neighbors I never saw. Don't compare me to a rapper. I spit pain up in these songs. Rap about my life, and I ain't gotta make it up like y'all.
Blood boiling like 100 degrees. Time ticking like the hands on the clock. Play it close with every moment you seize. Can be your last when niggas want you to fly. That's why I hunger for more. That's why I hunger for more. That's why I hunger for more.
Love boiling like 100 degrees. Time ticking like the hands on the clock.
That's why I hunger for more.
Tie your gloves up. You get fucked up. Here we go. Yo, it's the reign of King Arthur. Want the drama, he'll bring some. His fists serve his weapons, and the ring is his kingdom. Reppin' Williams Lake, obliterating welterweights. Ripped in tip-top shape and quick and slick as a snake. Get sniped by sharp shots, outboxed and outfoxed. And when his left hook lands, get knocked up out of your socks. Now your whole frame is shaking head to toe from just one blow. Your blood splashes on your mother's face in the front row. Your mouthpiece is missing now along with your teeth. So you'll be sucking dinner out of fucking straw for a week. Son, you should've stayed home, all that bobbing and weaving. Couldn't dodge the barrage of hand speed of a demon. He's the Scottish warrior, bringing terror on fight day. You might shite your drawers when these bagpipes play. Ain't no way to prepare yourself to spar in the ring and last with Arthur the King and all the carnage he brings.
Mama said if I believe, then there's nothing I can't achieve. If I tried hard enough and fight, I'd turn a nightmare to a dream. My mama's dead and they pretend to be an angel, but they're demons. I try to fight fair, but they scheme and make a nightmare of my dream.
Salute to the king, it's about to be a movie. Rip off your ear, goofy, use it as a beer koozie. Sizzle your team in the omelets, flip in the ring like Prince Nassim Ahmed, and punch you till you vomit. Keep a slick stance to get your ribs split, ass stick and move, maneuver these knuckles on your bitch ass. The footwork nice, the blows feel like TNT. Thought you going 3 for 3, but all you'll see is EMT. Reppin' BC with a last name respected. Whole family of fighters carry fists like deadly weapons. Tickets are sold out before the promo roll out, just to see the king knock your whole ass out. Cause when it's Arthur McClellan, your facial parts will be swelling. Nobody train harder to hit your brain harder, turn it to gelatin. You know a champ use hands with precision and ain't trying to hear nothing else but unanimous decisions.
If I believe, then there's nothing I can't achieve. If I tried hard enough and fight, I'd turn a nightmare to a dream. My mama's dead and they pretend to be an angel, but they're demons. I try to fight fair, but they scheme and make a nightmare of my dream.
King Arthur the executioner, the axe will drop. This jab I tend to shoot first, see it lands a lot. Man, you're soft, you don't got the hands to bust. Prove you and your bitch boys got glass for just. Fuck celebrity status, man, I'm fine with getting bio. And knowing I can pulverize these posers with my eyes closed. And I'm coached by my bros, the holders of the titles. You coast off high hopes, your coach is just a sideshow. Too slow to tangle, plus you show no angles. Like trying to go Lomachenko while you amateur with broken ankles. Entertaining them like wrestlers in the ring, but you just a stooge clown. You're a jester to the king, call the shots before I throw them. That's what Celtic pride. If you ain't brawling on the block, take yourself and hide. It's over opposition, winner declare me another body in the trophy case for Vicky and Gary.
Said if I believe, then there's nothing I can't achieve. If I tried hard enough and fight, I'd turn a nightmare to a dream. My mama's dead and they pretend to be an angel, but they're demons. I try to fight fair, but they scheme and make a nightmare of my dream. Make a nightmare of my
Termanology with Shortfyuz, Reks, Easy Money, and Artisin with Derelict Part 3. Then we had Big Toast, which we've spoken about this before, best name ever. The Strange Neighbour, which is another great. Satrumentalz, DJ Sugai, Mysdiggi, and B Unreal. Just a fantastic.
Be real.
Be Unreal.
Oh.
B Unreal.
Does he know who Be Real is?
I think probably.
Right.
I fucking love that just group of names there. Track called Dust Off the Vinyl.
Why did Maestro change his name to Mysdiggi?
I don't know. He
Because
said
that was just
Mysdiggi a few times.
that was just a silly thing he said.
He seemed to just never mention it. He changed his name. He just done it.
Yeah.
He never sort of. Remember Jack Flash done a big thing.
Jack Flash changed it. Yep.
But he made a big deal about it. He was like, I'm not changing my name.
This is why. Yeah.
Aye. But Mysdiggi, no. Just went, nah, fuck it, Mysdiggi. He said Mysdiggi in a few tunes.
Yeah, but that was meant to be just a nickname of his stage name.
Aye.
That was, it's Mysdiggi.
Mm-hmm. But it's just Mysdiggi, do. Amazing.
I think he changed that when he got a bit of hype. He done a kids song.
Right.
I can't remember what it was, but it seemed to get BBC Play or something.
Right.
And he seemed to get quite big for it. And it seemed to be about that point that he changed his name. I don't know if it was before that or after that.
There must be another Maestro, or he's close to another guy's name.
Is there no Maestro?
I don't know.
I feel like there's a rapper called Maestro.
There must be. There's got to be. Maestro is a various thing in music. So.
Yeah. Although, zero rappers called Price, I'm sure.
Oh, there is one.
There's Sean Price.
It's not quite the same though, is it?
No. Where's Sean Price again?
Nobody will know these references.
Who've I messed up Sean Price? Who's that again?
Sean Price, a legendary rapper from the Boot Camp Click.
Right.
Remember Boot Camp Click?
Nope. Why do I remember that name?
Because he's a well-known MC. He died a few years ago.
Right.
You remember him because he died.
Okay.
That's why. I don't think we ever really got into the Boot Camp Click because they were
Were they before me?
They were on Duck Down Records, actually.
Okay.
Again, it's a group that we've just coasted by, it seems.
Well, when? Because, people sometimes forget that I'm 27, which sounds like I'm old. Mm-hmm. But, I was born in the 90s.
We both got into hip-hop, actual hip-hop late as well. We both got into hip-hop late. So we missed a lot of groups.
Yeah, it's a lot of people that went through that era, or Afro even went back and just actually looked. I've not done that. So I know a bit of history of hip hop.
I've went really far back, and I know a lot about the older stuff.
Right.
Don't know so much about in depth music back catalogues and stuff like that. Some people.
Well, to be fair, I couldn't tell you more than.
I could tell you lots of names like Diggable Planets and.
I couldn't tell you 2 Apathy albums, and Apathy's my favourite rapper. I could tell you one. I could tell you Honky Kong. I couldn't tell you another.
That's it. But there's some guys that just fucking remember all that shit.
Yeah, I don't know how they do that.
I watch interviews with people when I haven't even got through this track list yet, but I watch interviews with people and they're just like, I remember when fucking Digital Underground came out with this for 1987 and shit.
This vinyl I had the B-side. The B-side of this instrument. How the fuck are you remembering that?
I remember specific songs, and then their pal was like, yeah, I remember, and then they sing it together.
Yeah,
that's another. I'm terrible at remembering lyrics. I'm maybe one of the worst people to do a hip hop podcast because when I watch people and they're reciting lyrics back and forth to each other, I'm like, fuck. I could only really remember things at the time as they come up.
Yeah, I remember.
You've noticed me in the car because I see you in the car. You're mouthing along and shit, but I'm just like.
Oh really? See, you must be worse than me then. Maybe it's because I was rapped, so maybe I'm used to just.
Maybe because I don't have to remember them, sort of thing. So I don't, but I do remember some. Like a lot of the.
You remember all the words to Stop What You're Doing?
Stop What You're Doing, basically. A lot of the songs that I listen to a lot of the time. Really hard for this podcast to listen to the songs and stuff like that because I'm getting new songs all the fucking time. I'm hearing at least 80 to 90 new songs every time I'm doing a podcast, so it's hard to remember a lot of these ones. But yes, that's just the way it is. So the rest of the track list: Johnny Slash and Diabolic with Entertained. Then we had Shame Gang, Anoyd, Torae, and Noir with HFM. And then we ended with Bioson, Mr. Hyde, self-titled, and Mccloud with King Arthur.
Dope.
Awesome. What a lineup there. What a lineup. Fucking hell. Basically, that last lineup is like the underground hip hop gang of like 2003.
Yeah.
That's Mr. Mccloud, fucking Mr. Hyde in there. Self-titled probably about the same time, I imagine. Not sure about Bioson. I've never heard of that guy before.
Never heard of Bioson.
I imagine that guy's like paid the three guys to come on that tune because he's from 2003.
Yeah, he was born in
members of
2003.
the guys.
Like, yeah.
So yes, it's time to go on to another section of the show. I could never... anyway, it's this one.
MF.
There you go. Should we introduce it that way?
Yes.
It's this bit. Yes, it's the
MF
section of the show. Son.
Radio a voice.
Radio a voice. We're going to kick off with an instrumental this week. All the way from College Station in Texas. I don't know if College Station just means he works at a college station or that's the name of a place. Don't know. This is Ramon Benito with a track called Pain from his instrumental album Down to Home. This is Pain. Ramon Benito with Pain from his instrumental album Down to Home, available on Bandcamp. Guys from College Town, Texas. What a that again.
Or works in a college.
Or works in some one of the college stations in Texas. Texas is a big place. It could be from fucking anywhere. any of the available climates available in Texas because it's so huge.
I think Texas is technically in Asia and America. That's what
I feel like Texas is like Russia. Russia has like 4 different climates because it's in fucking 4 different parts of the world.
Right.
It's because it's so big. But Texas is really quite large.
Some people are like, yo, Russia's freezing. Aye, in that bit.
Aye, the fucking on the
go
west
to the bit
side.
where it's in Africa.
On the east
it's
side,
not that cold. It's not that cold in there.
Fucking hell. Different races and shit, just like they've started for different areas. It's crazy. I love Russia.
How that's one country, I have fucking no idea.
I have no fucking idea. But was it not 2 at one point?
I don't
know the history of Russia.
You're asking for a hip hop fan to know stuff.
You're a dirty, filthy communist, man. You should know everything about Russia.
Yeah.
I'm sure that was put in part of the sign-up sheet. Was it not?
In my communism thing. Yeah, sure.
The
to get my communist,
the red sheet. Mm-hmm.
To get my red badge.
To get red badge.
To tell the
your red
complete history of Russia.
You got your red certificate.
Yep.
All real things.
Did you hear that I run Coca-Cola now?
What?
We run Coca-Cola.
Because
Coca-Cola is now a communist plot.
Oh, fuck off. Who said this?
Oh, all the right-wingers, because, as you know...
Coca-Cola?
As we know, big capitalist conglomerates love communism. They love it. They can't get enough.
Big juice.
Big juice, mate.
Big juice.
Big fizzy juice.
Big juice. Big cheer.
Big cheer and big fizzy juice. They all love communists. That's the thing now.
Man. We'll explain
we now run the world.
We'll explain a bit about big cheer when we get to the end. Second MF choice of this week is Toxik with a track called Caramel Parfait from the Raw Herbivore EP. I love this, man. Quality. Let's get into it.
Yeah. This ain't no prototype, it's phenomenal. It's a monstrous boost, ain't skin around the abdominal. This shit ain't loud, nah, it's inaudible, been fireproof. They still lagging up on the follow through. My girl rubs me the right way like a topical. Ain't no free rides, it's like a carnival. Arms around my collarbone, she loves it when we all alone. Young and honorable, the love she gives me is rechargeable. Recharging her arms and evolve as a man. Yeah, invest in ourselves like we were a brand. Yo, no GPS, but we know where we stand. I think the supply finally met the demand. Yo, you heard that track by Apache though. She's my gangster bitch, yup, she's my antidote. She lifts me up just like a catapult, and she beat thicker than a casserole. Yo, but this is something that I had to know. Would you be with me if I ain't had no shows? If I ain't had no whips or didn't have no gold? Cause honestly, what is a man if he ain't got no goals? Yo, I call that minimum wage. How you ballin' when you gotta wait 2 weeks to get paid? It's called investment. You better go and learn how to save. The game's infested with pests, so I keep me some braid. Yeah, yo, she's sweet like caramel parfait. She don't like to play games, but she loves the arcade. I look in her eyes and all I see are heart shapes. Always making sure I'm right after working a hard day. Her heart's in the right place and so is mine. The time we spend together is more than divine by design. Together we provide the vibe, we strive to feel alive and it don't subside. We mighty boss always looking fly without a try. The ride or die vixen, Rachel Ray in the kitchen. The way she holds me down has to be against the laws of physics. She keeps it the realest. I think I found about 1 in a billion. No other woman had ever gave me this feeling. Yo, this pure authenticity. I hear the strings from the symphony. She's attractive mentally and physically. I don't mind if I inherit your enemies. She's more than a best friend of me. With you I finally found my identity. Yo, and he's still on my mind all the time. Yo, and I dream about you all the time. Yo, and it's still on my mind. I still dream about you all the time.
That was El Toxik from Douglas, Arizona. The track called Caramel Parfait from his Raw Herbivore EP on Banda Camp. That is it for the MF section tracks, and we will try and get these guys in for next week, as we always try. There you go. Talking of trying to get people in for next week. This week we have a couple of interviews. We'll get into the first one right now, which is with
Xidus Pain.
Let's get into that. Okay, so Craig, can you explain what the MF Boom section is?
So the MF Boom section is the section of the show where I spend my entire Monday going through every single song that was released on Bandcamp in the previous 7 days. And generally it tends to be a few different songs, and I whittle them down to one. And this week it was, I think, Xidus Pain. Is that how you say your name?
Well, this is. We had a little bit of an argument on the podcast. I don't know if you had a chance to listen. Did you have a chance to listen to the podcast before?
No.
Okay. Well, we had a little bit of an argument because we weren't sure how you pronounce your name exactly. So my argument is that the name is pronounced Xidus Pain, and you said...
Well, I had a piss take. I said it was Xidus.
Because I said either it's Xidus or Xidus Pain. So, and then Craig said it's probably Xidus.
Yep, I decided to go, as out of the box.
It's, it's Exodus. Like me and one of my colleagues, because I teach, me and one of my colleagues, when we go into schools and that, we mess about, and he's like, Xidus, Xidus. But it's like, I liken it to, Exhibit, because Exhibit is like with an X, so it wouldn't be Zibit. Yeah, because that would make that, Zibit or something like that.
Yeah, it'll be fucked up. It'll be too fucked up.
As a Zibit.
Yeah, it's like the Bible.
Yeah. Awesome. So that's
so
perfect.
we spent a good portion of the podcast last week arguing about that.
It was a good 2-minute section of us talking about that. So that was cool.
You have to link me with that.
I will do. I think we've tagged you in it on either maybe Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter. One of them. I think I sent it to you as well, so you'll be able to check it out afterwards.
Cool. Yeah, definitely.
Awesome, man. Awesome.
So part of my favourite thing about rappers is some of them have got names where it's hard to it's hard to know exactly how to say it.
Well, and then we get to ask them if they decide to come on and talk to us. So it's always good. And that's again. One of our first questions, what we usually ask is, what first got you into making rap music?
Well, my older brother, like he used to rap, and I was living in Manchester at the time, so 2 of his friends got signed, and we were really young. I think I was about 7 or 8, and then so they used to spit and cipher, and he had the Super Nintendo and the Amiga, back in the day. So I'd want to go in there to play Street Fighter or something. So the only way I could get in is through the cipher. So I had to go in there, spit some bars, and then sit down, and then I'll be playing on the game. So yeah, I loved the music, of course. Like what they were playing, I loved. Like my oldest recollection of hip hop was being in my high chair and listening to Sugar Hill Gang on a black and white TV.
Nice,
that's amazing.
So yeah.
That was the thing we never got afforded as kids.
Yeah. Our mum was very much into what?
She didn't really fucking care about music, to be honest.
No, she liked the she liked the R. Kelly, which is doesn't age well.
Not allowed to do that now.
Yeah, that was pretty much as much as close to hip hop as she got was R. Kelly. So there you go.
Amazing.
Yeah. With my mum, she used to just play like everything, like old school soul, like African music, reggae. It was like a nice mixture, like eclectic mixture.
Mm-hmm. And one of the greatest things is, do you know how many people we've heard that have told us that their big brothers are the ones that got them involved in music? It's such a worldwide thing as well. There's so many people, and again, probably you, Craig. No.
See, here's the thing. But when I got into hip hop, you listened to metal.
I did, yes, but I also listened to hip hop.
Well, that's true. That's true.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess, aye.
Mad.
To be fair, Big Brothers, you sort of steal their music, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
They're the ones that they're going to get the CDs first. They're going to get the cassettes first or whatever.
Yeah. They first off have the money to get the CDs. You have maybe £1 that you've got from Gran.
Yeah, and at the time when I first got into hip hop, it was a cassette tape that you made actually of old Eminem stuff.
Okay.
Because Mum never let me listen to Eminem.
Well, you know, that tape was for somebody else. I wouldn't have bothered.
Well, I stole the shit.
I wouldn't have bothered making a tape for in the house when I had the CD there. There's no reason to do that.
What Eminem was it?
What was it?
Oh, I don't know. I think it was a mixture of the first few albums. I remember the first song was My Name Is, but there was also, I'm sure Kim was on there, so it was, I'll kill you and I'll slit your throat and fucking bury you in the sea and whatever. So, there's that sort of stuff.
The first Eminem track I heard was Bonnie and Clyde, because he released that before My Name Is.
Yeah.
Because I remember Westwood playing it and another joint off the album before My Name Is, and no one really knew what he looked like unless obviously you lived out in the States and knew him.
Yeah.
So,
of course, at that point he was using the mask a lot, wasn't he? He had that Chainsaw Massacre.
I don't think so. I think that was just a live show. Was that like a common thing? I can't remember.
No. It was more so because it wasn't like it is nowadays. You know, it's not like MTV wasn't the same. Like, you know, you'd have to have a hit and then you'd go on MTV. And MTV rap had kind of fizzled out, and so he wasn't on there right away.
Mm-hmm. And again, not a lot of people had Sky and shit at that time as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like a very limited amount of people that actually had those
of course,
shows.
That was also back in the day when you genuinely didn't know what Slipknot looked like. Slipknot was just people just psychopaths in masks. You had no idea.
Mm.
Of course, that's not hip hop, obviously, but you know, it's a similar thing where you just didn't know what people look like.
It's amazing.
Yeah, like the Ghostface thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, so like, what led that on to What led you to start actually taking it seriously after that? Because, like, obviously you sort of heard your brothers doing it. What led you into actually starting to rap and stuff like that?
I think it was like my brother again, because when I was really young, I got into it, and I was in Manchester, but I didn't take it seriously. I was more into like Sonic and WWF and all that stuff. And comic books and that. So fast forward to when I was like 14, and then my older brother, like, he had an accident, and then he was at home more. So he got some Technic 1210s, and he was like one of the first people to have them, like, in our area in Cambridge, because we had moved to Cambridge. And I used to carry his record bags into clubs because I looked a bit older. So I was 14 going to clubs and watching him do his thing, and then, like, you know, would make mixtapes and just spit, and then I'd take mixtapes into school. He would be like, "Don't touch my turntables, don't touch my decks," when he'd leave, like, because I lived with him, and then I'll be like, "Yeah, cool," and then I'd like. So certain times I'd like bunk off school, not saying to do it to any listeners, but I bunk off school, make mixtapes, and then go into school and then show people the mixtapes and that. So yeah, it was just through, like, again, freestyling with my brother and him getting me back into it and doing it over like proper instrumentals. Because when we first started, we were doing it over like I don't know if you had like old school consoles and that, and then you could go to the sound section and it would play the instrumental of that. And then the old school Amigas you could make beats on, and then my bro had like the old school keyboard type thing where you make beats as well. So we used to just make beats off that, and then back to like when I was like 14, he had like instrumentals because you'd get them on the B side, the vinyls and that. So and that's when I started taking freestyling more seriously and jotting a little bit, started writing, but still didn't know about the structure, about the 16s. I don't think many people like really knew, even the people that were big.
Yeah.
You know, because I remember hearing an interview with Jay-Z and he was like, yeah, listen to my first album. I didn't know about like the structure of a song. And I know like people like, because we had the Delegates of Culture in Cambridge and trying to think who else came out of that. Yeah, because I'm thinking early, because I know the Dykes and all them lot. I don't know if you know Dyke, like that. He's on High Focus. Them lot came from Cambridge, but this, like, I mean, like before everything really kicked off. So yeah, yeah, that was.
It's interesting as well.
I hope that made sense.
Oh yeah, totally. We know of Dirty Dykes music and stuff like that. We, like you mentioned there, the Amiga, making music on the Amiga.
Yeah.
Again, a lot of people could laugh at that.
It was a little bit before my time.
It's a little bit before your time.
I remember the PlayStation 1 having like instrumental games and stuff like that. Is that a different thing?
Oh God, no, Craig! Oh, you're such a young baby. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Right? Okay, so
I'm almost 30 and I'm still the fucking baby here.
Me and Xidus are gonna have to explain this to you, right?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, just sit back.
So the Amiga, do you remember the Commodore 64 and stuff?
I do not know. I know what it is, but I don't remember.
Okay, so it was.
Did we have one?
We did at one point. We had the Commodore 64, and it was like handed down.
What fucking year is this?
God, early 90s.
It's like 94.
Yeah.
See, I was born 93.
So you were born 93. You're like a baby.
Yeah, so I was like just being pushed out at that point.
The Amiga was sort of made at roughly the same time.
Right.
But as much as it's laughed at now for people using the Amiga and stuff like that was used for a lot of like the early drum and bass records, a lot of early hip hop. A lot of the jungle music came from that as well.
Really?
Yes.
So
a lot of that stuff came.
But do you know what though? Do you know what Pete Cannon still uses an Amiga now?
Yeah. I was just going to come to that.
To his beat.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
I was just going to come to that.
I did not know that.
Pete Cannon done a wholly based I think it was Amiga or Commodore 64 based vinyl, and then he sent it in. I think he made a floppy disk version of the songs and sent it into like a gaming, like an old school gaming YouTuber guy, and he was like, "Here's this like free vinyl and like a floppy disk version, like for the Commodore 64." And
Was
shit.
it not
It's cool,
Pete
man.
Cannon that you tried to teach how to?
Oh, okay.
You tried to teach Pete Rock. You tried to teach him how to DJ. Is that right?
But
no, Pete Rock. Pete Cannon.
Yeah, it was Pete Cannon. I was DJing in Edinburgh, and I didn't. And it was Dr. Syntax was performing that day, so I had to sort of introduce him on stage and stuff like that. And Pete Cannon came behind the decks, and he was looking like he didn't really know what he was doing because he was a little bit drunk at the time. And
okay,
so I just explained to him roughly like what the deck's done, because he just looked like he was sort of looking about, like it didn't look like he had a clue what he was doing.
Yeah.
But it's fucking Pete Cannon, of course he knew.
Yeah, but being a producer, like, you don't see him. You don't
Exactly.
See, so
I had never seen him before, and totally amazing.
But apparently he took it well, though.
He took it well.
He was just like, all right, cool.
He went along with me as well. He was like, "Oh, so this goes like, oh, that's cool." And I was like, "Ah." It wasn't until I thought after I was like, he was taking the fucking piss out of me.
Yeah, who told you it was Pete Cannon?
Big Spee. Big Spee 16.
Oh.
Crazy.
Yes.
So,
I'm fucking up. So that's nothing like what I was thinking about with the PlayStation thing.
No. PlayStation was like...
No, to be real, like the Amiga was like very advanced. Like even in Deluxe Paint, you know, if you watch like movies now, like they use in Deluxe Paint, and they were the people that created like this paint program for the Amiga. So like they were really ahead. They were ahead of the game, but it was just like a lot of people just picked like Sega Mega Drives and Super Nintendos.
Yeah,
that's sad. Just learning that these things were so advanced, and yet people went for the simpler option because they needed a path towards more complicated tech as opposed to just jumping straight from this to that. That seems to be what happened with the Amiga, and it was sort of dismissed or overlooked. But it definitely was overlooked in my case.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it reminds me of hip hop nowadays. People go for the simpler option.
Yeah,
like a little metaphor to hip hop.
Yeah, it's been like we had an interview on again last week's podcast with a guy. Which guy was it? We're talking to. It was a guy from a group called Morning Run, which was basically the same section we're doing for you, and he was talking about like how the songs that we played on the show are great, and then I got into a bit of a rant.
Yeah.
Because I'd been listening to DJ Premier's show, and he's been doing that for absolute years. And one of the downsides to DJ Premier's show is that not everybody is like lyrically like capable a lot of the time that he plays on those shows, and it's the same with a lot of shows like worldwide. Like they keep like the boom bap styles and beats and stuff like that, but a lot of them,
rappers, man.
Yeah, like really really trash rappers a lot of the time, and we try to stick to like just really good MCing, and it seems to be a niche this day and age. It's weird.
Yeah. Are you guys still there?
Yeah, I am. Yeah. Sorry, did you lose us for a second?
Yeah. No, I thought I did, but
that's right. Okay, so I read a little bit up online about yourself, and you do a bit of teaching behind the scenes and that. Can you talk about that?
Yeah, I do lyric writing workshops. So I go to schools, prisons, PRUs, universities, and just different settings. Like I teach in the studio that I'm in. I teach in other studios as well. Next month I'm teaching doing some teaching for Howard University in the States. Yeah. Bit gutted because I can't travel and go there. And yeah, I'm booked for certain like things abroad, like teaching and doing shows abroad, like Russia, Rio.
Nice.
Yeah. So, yeah, I've been teaching for about 10, 15 years, and doing the lyric writing thing. It's like advanced, helping people to express themselves from people that have never touched the microphone before, different age range, whether you're like 70, like whether you're experienced or never touched mic.
Mm-hmm.
Like I've taught people that have, like, you know, done made number one hits, and they've been in the session, and they were like, you know, at first they were like, we didn't know what to expect, but this is amazing. Da, 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 da. So it's like it's really cool. It's it's
okay.
It's rewarding as well.
Yeah, well,
what's sort of
and it's getting acknowledgement from people like Chuck D, and you know, like, and a guy who I'm working with called Renee John Sandy, who used to like manage Pharaoh Monch and amongst many other artists.
Nice.
And like Sabam Sadiq. Like I'm working on with him he has an album coming out called what is it? Stop Shooting, which is like I'll put you guys on after,
and
that's
awesome, man.
But I'm going to be doing some workshops for him as well.
Awesome.
And Hip Hop Love.
Excellent.
And I'm also I always forget because I have so much going on, like musically and teaching wise, I forget. And like I'm a head of Generation Hip Hop in the UK as well, which is basically like where I'll run workshops here for breaking, graffiti, all the elements of hip hop, you know, turntablism, and like our chairman is what's his name? Our chairman is Curtis Young, who's Dr. Dre's son, and we've also got Nabu I can't pronounce his first name, but he's Nelson Mandela's nephew, I think.
Jesus.
Nephew or grandson. Yeah. So yeah, I do that as well on top of like stacks of other things. So
I can imagine having so much projects on the go that you will get your brain a bit scrambled sometimes.
Yeah, because I've been releasing projects like for 28 months straight, just putting out project after project, concepts as well. So it's not just like project of throwaways. Like there's songs that don't make it on there. So I have over like 400 songs on my computer in the studio. That many that I had to buy an external hard drive, 4 terabyte, to keep some of my songs. And then like I'm already 5 projects ahead. So but these projects I haven't put out. So yeah, and it's just doing videos, because some of these projects are the ones that I'm going to put out on Spotify. Like I have a project called Hakuru. I may drop that next month, and then I have a project with a German producer his name's Narcotic. He's on the new West Side Gun album. He did some production on that. He did some production on some Wu-Tang project. So me and him have a project coming out. We're putting it out on tape, and it's called The Greatest Legacy. And yeah, artwork was done by Rocket, who's a guy based in Russia, and he's amazing. He does graffiti, he does he spits, and he break dances, and he does them all at a great level. So, and he teaches as well out in Russia. And he owns like a studio there, and a big place where like he teaches youngsters. It's like if you see his Instagram, it's just amazing, great work, you know. But I could go on for days. I have another project with a guy called Chris IP, the producer, and he's basically me and him have been working on these projects called like. The first one that we did was called Fibonacci sequence, and then we did the main sequence, and now we're doing a mega sequence. And Omega Sequence is just amazing. Like the beats that he dropped for me, oh geez, like and he was in the studio the other day, and because I was like, look, we're gonna have to stop at Omega. Then he came through with some samples, and mate, like they blew me away. So there might be another one after, but I don't know, because I need to like stop myself from writing when I hear good breaks.
Yeah.
But because it's a bit like of a illness, like lyrical illness. Yeah.
It's great to hear somebody so motivated though, and to hear you're like 5 projects deep. Does that mean you have like 5 projects currently ready for release, or does that mean you're still working on certain little things? And
I have them ready for release.
Amazing.
There's the Hakuru one, which just needs a little bit of EQing on the vocals, because there's a lot of like the features on that. There's a lot of features. There's some dope features on there, and some singers. And I just want the singers to be pleased, because everything that I do, like I do all the mixing and mastering and EQing, do the album artwork, like the polishing, whether it's like artists approaching me and saying, can we do a cover for you? Then I say yes, but then I tweak with the cover, add all the font, but a good majority of the time it's like myself doing album artwork from scratch. So yeah, it's the whole DIY method. Yeah. But like the ones that I'm holding back, I'm only holding them back because I really want to get them sounding nice. I have a brother called Wise Wonder. He's from Toronto. If you guys ain't heard him, you should check him out, and the people that he runs with as well. Like they've got some amazing work, because they I don't know. Are you familiar with people like Daniel Son and is it Giallo, who works with all like Smooth and that?
No.
So they're like it all kind of spawns from like that. You know the West Side Gun type movement, where they're bringing real hip hop back, even though it didn't leave, but they're like, they're just being highlighted more. Like Rome Streets, people like Rome Streets, and he's just dropped an album with Soul Assassins. But like, Wise Wonder anyway. He's like amazing. Like and I'm blessed enough to have worked with him on some joints, and then we're going to work on a joint project. And I have a brother called Masai on there who's dope. He's just got like amazing flows. He's from Queensbridge Way. MC called Mirror Reflects. Well, she's an artist actually, because she sings and she raps and she does poetry, and she's from Australia, but she's based, like she globetrots. So she's lived in the UK, she's lived in LA. She was on the show Are You the Girl, and she which was an MTV show, and she got to the final to be in TLC. So her vocal range is nice. And she can spit as well. She's got bars. So yeah, she features on my Hakuru project. And who else is on there? There's like a lot of features. And I started a project the other day. Like, it's just weird because I'm quite shook, honestly. Like when I hear a beat, I just write. So I tend to try and keep away from beats. I don't know if that sounds silly or anything.
Just lock yourself away from music.
I write. Yeah, because that's my job. That's why I can do my job well, because my job is to when I go and help people or encourage people to express themselves and write, it's because I'm such a fan of the music that they feel that vibe. They know it's genuine. It's like, I'm not going in there to just like, oh yeah, this is my job, I've come in here. It's like, I feel like a kid when I hear a nice break. I'm like, whoa, yeah. And they're writing, and then I'm like, certain times I jump on the track with them to show them like, this is this is what I specialize in, but not trying to compete with them, just to say like, this is a nice beat. This is how attack it. What are you say? What are you writing there? And then we end up writing together, and or they do their thing and just holler at me if they need any assistance. But
you seem to be like
I met
the opposite of Vinny Paz. Vinny Paz has said multiple times that he's probably the worst writer ever. Not in terms of like bad lyrics, but like he's terrible at just sitting down and writing. He has to like force himself to just sit until he's got rid of a verse. He said he struggles to get the words to start with. It takes him hours and hours and hours to write songs, and he just has to sit there, force himself to shut up, sit down, listen to a beat, and just write. And you seem to be the complete opposite, where as soon as a beat comes on, you could write, no problem at all.
Yeah, I see it as a conversation because we don't get stuck when we're conversating. Like, I wouldn't be like, you wouldn't ask me something, or we're in a conversation, and then I'm like, you know what, bro, I'm going to go off for an hour, and then I'll come back and answer your question. I see it as like conversating with the beat. So we're having this conversation, and I'm talking to it. So I'm in that moment. And if anyone else wants to get into the conversation, then we're sharing the conversation.
Yeah.
And it's not like competing. It's just sharing. And if someone says something that's nice, and then I'm like, rah, I do need to come in, and like I see he's kind of taking the beat from me here. Like, let me talk to you a minute, like that type of thing. And then, you know, so with me, I just love the whole writing process and words, like how you can just manipulate words, like, you know, the accents, Scottish accents. I work with a Scottish MC. I don't know if you know him, Ghost. He used to be called something else.
Yeah,
because he was quite big.
He used to be called Shogun years ago, and there's a rapper called Shogun now.
That's it. Yeah. And I worked with Ghost because I was over in Scotland and worked with. I went for like 2 days and just did an album with a producer called Macapella.
Yeah.
And we didn't end up releasing the project. I was gutted though because we had some bangers on there, but it was just creative differences at the time. So yeah, and I lost my trail of thought, but I think the whole thing was just writing and accents. That's it. So like Ghost, I like when I marveled at his bars because it was like, right, I can't rhyme some of the stuff you were saying. That's dope. And then like because I was based up north anyway in Manchester. I know it's not that far up north, like as far up north as you guys, but like when I was in Manchester, I had the accent. So when like Ghost was coming in, I was trying to draw from my northern Mancunian accent, you know, and bring it back. But it was jokes, and yeah, it's just loving words and loving hearing what other people do with their bars as well, because it's like, right, that's nice. Or if someone says something and they don't take the bar there, then you're like, okay, maybe I could flip that in my own way.
Yeah.
Like, you know.
There you go. Well, man, we thoroughly enjoyed the Little Britain project. Quote after quote, and like just so many different references. That was it. So many different references.
It was just fun. It was just a
fun project to listen to, man. Amazing.
Oh, thank you. I've been debating in my head, like I want to do like a part 2 because like when I was doing the cover, like I had loads of like shows. I had like Rabsy Nesbitt. Like I wanted to put something in about his string vest and that. Like, I wanted to put something in and then get like some dope little quotes and hello and things like that. You know, I had so many Funhouse, like so I still got stats. So I'm like, right, I might do a part 2 and then but I want to include people. Do you know what I mean? I want to include the audience. I did that once with one of my other projects, No Pain No Gain, and like it just like globally, like the amount of heads that were on it. Like, you know, I had people from Chile, Australia, Japan, stateside, but like, you know, Brooklyn, and then like down south, and like West Coast, and Russia, and Germany. I had so many different like nationalities on there, and it was basically they were saying positive quotes. And then I did the project. Like there's 21 joints on there. I did the project in 2 evenings, two or 3 evenings, like 2 sittings, and it was the time when Keith Flint from Prodigy passed away, because he lived in Peterborough for a while, and I know one of the two of the other members are from here where I'm based.
Right.
So I thought I'd give him a shout on that, and then I gave a shout to the other Prodigy, you know, like from Mob Deep. So it was like a bit of wordplay to do with both of them. But yeah, today I got some good news about the project, and they've archived it in the Great British Library, so generations to come can listen to the album, or go into the library, the main one in London, and just type in Xidus, and then the album will come up,
so cool,
or things relating to Great Britain. Yeah, I was so happy, like, because I've had one other project in there, and it was the No Pay No Gain one, and I thought it was like a one of them spam emails, and the guy hit me up, and he was like, Xidus, could we I've listened to your, and I thought, yeah, whatever. So I called him, and then he was a more older, mature dude. So I called him, and then he's like, hello, and I said, yeah, this is Xidus, like, you know, I got an email from you guys, and he's like, oh yes, the album No Pain No Gain. He's like, well spoken, and I was like, right. And he said, oh, I love it. I love the samples, and you know. And I was just like, oh, right, safe. I thought it was spam.
Yeah.
And you know, so they got that in there, and yeah. And today he just said he's on the case.
Awesome.
And yeah, they're putting that in there. So yeah, and I appreciate you guys listening to it. You know, taking time out and having a listen.
No problem. Again, we were listening to it like on the day when we were trying to find music, and then I had a listen earlier on. Brilliant. It was great to go, like, references to like things like the thin blue line is a program that like went just over people's heads. I feel like they'd done like one series, I think, and it just went over fucking people's heads. So to hear that brought up by somebody is great for me. I love that show.
Yeah, because a lot of the shows I watched. That's why I did the song Telly Addict, because I was a telly addict, and still am, because I feel content, you get a lot of content from television, and script writers are amazing and don't get the respect that they deserve. Like, you know, Thin Blue Line, to have Rowan Atkinson flip into another role. And I don't know if you notice in the reference, I say something about the whistle, because in the soundtrack, like in the theme tune, there's whistling.
Yeah.
And I was going to whistle the theme tune, but I kept laughing when I was doing my backing. So I was just like, oh no, I'll keep it as it is. Like,
it's amazing. Brilliant, man. Excellent.
Yeah.
Well, dude, that's excellent, man. I think we'll let you go at this point. But do you have anything you want to add in? Any like shout outs or any things you want to bring up before we go?
Yeah, I want to shout out Narcotic, IP the producer, Renee John Sandy, Skilly Skills, and everyone listening and knows that support. Yeah, and yourselves as well. Like, yeah, big up.
Ah, cheers, man. I'll take that. Right,
I'm still laughing about him just giggling to yourself trying to do this whistle and these backing vocals.
It's a common issue.
It's just stuck in my head now, just giggling at this idea.
Yeah, I'll hit you guys up when I do the second part, when I get people to give me their shows that remind them of like their childhood and that, and then yeah, definitely I'll get your input.
Awesome, man. Awesome. That was, of course,
Xidus Payne. That's his name.
Interview.
What a dope guy.
It was good. It was a good
Nice
chat
guy,
we had there, man. Check out the Little Britain project that he put up. It'll be on the description on the MF Boom section there. And the thing.
I forgot that was this week. I thought that was last week.
No, we recorded it last week. That was the problem.
Right.
if things get recorded last week, I forget just completely when we're doing stuff.
Yeah, see, this is my issue now. Is I'm starting to lose track of
because we do so many podcasts, which
Yeah.
we'll get into at the end. We'll talk. We've got so much crazy shit to talk about as we come up. That was Exodus Pain. We'll get into now talking to DUR Brain, which gets a bit mental at the start. Bear with us.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, so before we start with this interview, I wanted to cover just a couple of things. I was on a group on Facebook the other day, a hip hop group, and people were talking about the relevance of doing tracks with like bigger artists and stuff like that. And a lot of people were saying it's kind of pointless in this day and age, which I really don't understand. What happened with the guest we have on here is that he did a tune with Dr. Syntax. And we've played a bunch of tunes by Dr. Syntax like on the past like few months of the show and stuff like that. And through following Dr. Syntax on Spotify, we have then got to know the act we have on right now, DUR Brains. And from then on, we will get to know a lot of the guys that DUR Brains does tracks with in the future as well.
Yeah.
So I feel like it does benefit a lot of people.
Hi.
There you go. Oh, what a fucking debate there, Craig. So, welcome DUR Brain to the show. Hello, how are you doing, my friend?
Hey, man. Yeah, very well indeed.
So,
good.
Have you heard anybody speaking about that before? Like that, fucking, it's pointless doing tunes with bigger acts and stuff. It doesn't further your career.
Pointless? I've never heard anyone say it was pointless.
Mm-hmm.
I think collaborating with anyone, no matter how successful or bigger than you in the game, I think collaboration is the most important thing to develop as an artist.
Definitely,
sure.
Yeah, I can't see how it'd be pointless in any way.
Yeah, that's such a silly. I don't know who said that.
I can't even remember. But
they need to be slapped because
it was Neil Buchanan, whatever his fucking name is, art attack bloke.
What, the nasty guy?
Yeah, the nasty necrophilia, man.
Nazi Buchanan, yeah.
Yeah.
So just for context, there's no context.
Collaborate.
Mm-hmm.
No.
So it's
no context at all.
Yeah, this is good enough to make you start here. So, right, what we'll say is, we had a bit of a chat before, and we're talking about
Neil Buchanan being a
bit of a Nazi, and he is Banksy, and
he's also a hitman for the mob.
You weren't recording that. You weren't recording none of that.
No, that's the downside. We don't have that context. Unfortunately.
Shit! Just straight out of the blue then with that one.
But we do have the context now. We've added
we've added the context, so it's all fine.
Nice.
We added
some bloopers at the end.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry, going off topic.
Amazing. So, the reason we got you on is like originally we heard you on. I think it was you featuring Dr. Syntax a few weeks ago.
Yeah, it was more of a total collaboration. It wasn't really a feature. Yeah.
Awesome, man. Awesome.
But,
so we heard you that.
Yeah, we met him at. Sorry, say that again.
Well, originally we heard you through sort of following him on Spotify.
Yeah.
And likewise, we're going to like hear new guys that you work with. So it's just going to be a continuing cycle. We're just going to hear new guys like constantly all the time.
Yeah, man. Have you checked out? I don't know if you've heard Bimbag Wisdom, which is a band that I play in.
Yeah.
That was MC Bimbag's the guy who's at the end of the Retrain.
Yeah.
That's the tune with Dr. Syntax, the last MC.
Yeah. I followed him as well.
Playing a band with him, which I play drum.
Yeah.
Wicked.
Awesome, man.
Yeah,
awesome.
So we've got a band where I drum and do a bit of vocals in. He's like the main front man for that. It's more of a live band with like drums, bass, clarinet.
Nice.
Clarinet, nice.
Yeah.
That was my musical instrument of choice for, I don't know, 3 weeks.
It's not hip hop unless it's got clarinet.
Yeah.
Needs some clarinet first.
That's why I got into the clarinet.
Mm-hmm.
And also to pick up chicks, because chicks dig the clarinet.
Chicks do.
Yeah. Did they work?
She is a woman, the clarinet player.
Right, see? There you go.
Do you believe it?
See? Perfect.
Yeah.
I don't know what you proved there, but you did prove.
Yes.
Yeah, prove something. Women like clarinet.
Yes, they love clarinets.
That's what happens.
It's their favourite thing in the world.
All of them.
Yeah.
Every single one. Let's move on before I get cancelled.
Okay, so our first question, Jack, our usual first question for everybody, is what got you into hip-hop music?
I think my dad had that Dallas Soul is Dead album. It's like one of the first things I heard on tape. He wasn't even that into hip hop, but I remember hearing that when I was about 9 or something. Mm-hmm. And just all the skits in that and just the way it was put together was enticed my little child brain. And then I think I moved on to like around when 2001 the Dre album came out, like around that time is when I started getting into more like commercial American stuff. And then I think it just grew from there, and then exploring from there. Playing in got into the live gigging scene, and just met more and more people that had the same sort of influences, and then started meeting people that you could freestyle with. I think that was a big game changer when I was about 20. Started meeting people who that was their life, that just freestyle and make beats, and just getting into it properly from there.
So did you go to like open mic nights and stuff? That was the kind of nights you were?
Yeah, I used to go. We still go. Well, obviously not at the minute. No. Still go to a lot of those. Bristol's got a really good scene for that. We run an open mic night as well, or like a jam cypher night at the Plough in Bristol.
Bristol, honestly,
Bristol's a really. Say again.
Sorry,
Bristol was like sort of like top of the UK. Yeah, I feel for hip hop,
like really prime level hip hop. There's lots of stuff happening there.
Yeah, man. I think it feels like a really supportive scene as well, or at least the one I've seen. There's all sorts of different hip hop in Bristol, but it's really, really supportive. It helps massively.
Yeah.
And it's like the mix between the hip hop and there's a good like new jazz sort of scene as well. Mm-hmm. There's really accomplished jazz players, and then a lot of MCs that will jump up with them.
Right.
So the jam nights are fucking wicked. Whereabouts are you guys in Scotland?
We're based in Fife, not too far away from Edinburgh. Cool. I would say, like half an hour.
Yeah, we're the other side of the bridge.
The other side of the bridge from Edinburgh, basically.
Oh,
not
cool.
Too far away.
We were at Edinburgh Fringe about 4 years ago with Binbag Wisdom.
All right, okay.
Fucking wicked. Yeah, I loved it. We played. We did like a busking set, and then we played a couple of venues as well. But it was so nice, man. It was such a lovely atmosphere.
It's actually
like really the friendliest festival I've been to.
It is crazy up there because you could get to the point of like there's like comedians that go up there and they do like a 30 show thing for like just a month. They could do like a whole year worth of sets,
and that like pays for the rest of the
year.
Basically, yeah. And like a lot of musical acts come up, and then there's like tons of different open mic nights that you can attend. There's loads of guys just waiting for new acts and stuff. It gets to the point as well. There's people just roaming the streets that are setting up gigs at night. So they're just like looking for like street performers, and then they'll just whisk them off the street, and they'll be like, right, okay, perform later on. It's an unbelievable,
wicked,
unbelievable.
We only went to because we didn't have much money at the time. We made a point of just going to all the free stuff, which there was loads of, and it was all super high quality as well. Like I don't think we went to one. We went to about 10 shows. Been there for a couple of days. I don't think there was one that was like, that wasn't fucking high standard.
That's something we wanted to go to for years because like we like a lot of comedy and we like a lot of different stuff, to be honest.
Yeah.
And we've always wanted to just go through and just try and interview as many people as we can and just sort of see what we can get up to.
Yeah, man.
But I think that was actually the plan for this year, but obviously.
Yes, unfortunately this year's been a bit of a pain in the arsehole for everybody.
Is it happening
I don't think so.
No, not. I don't know. Usually they will have started putting the original sort of a directorate out in about February, March time, sort of thing.
Yeah,
I guess it's way too massive in it for it to flop and not. Yeah,
because you can't even like. I mean, according to the roadmap out of lockdown, quote unquote. I mean, we're supposed to be out without restrictions by June, and but you can't really bank on that. We've been told that before.
Yeah.
So
told it so many times.
Yeah,
quite a few festivals that we were booked through last year, like Boomtown and Shambhala. They seem to they're all up for going ahead.
You know what? Boomtown
plan anyway.
Boomtown is one of those festivals that I've always wanted to go to because the atmosphere looks fucking amazing, and some of the stage setups down there.
It's wicked, man.
Is that mainly?
Say that again, sober.
The atmosphere and like stage setups look fucking amazing down there.
Yeah, man. They build like the whole they build the whole city, and it's always got a different theme.
Yeah, it looks nuts.
And they like really go in with all of the sort of like street like like walking theatre and all that sort of stuff.
And is that just like
it's not just drum and bass. It's all genres. The booker, Trevor Nelson, not that Trevor Nelson, a different one. Is like has like the most eclectic taste of music. He's got a Spotify playlist. He's got a AAA Bad Boy,
right?
And to find new music, check that out. He's got a whole 2021 thing he's put out recently. There's tune after tune on there. But he's the main booker, and he just spans like every genre. I think it's my favourite festival for the amount of diversity.
Even Shambhala as well.
They've got the Lions Den stage. Yeah, Shambhala's fucking wicked. Shambhala's is my favourite. It's just small enough that it's got that that little small festival sort of family feeling where you sort of know half the people by the end of it.
Yeah.
But it's big enough that you can still get lost and get out to all the
are both those festivals just based in Bristol?
No, Boomtown's run by they're both run by the majority of them are people from Bristol that run those two.
Yeah.
So they've got quite a close connection. I'm not too sure about Shambhala actually, but I know Boomtown's definitely Bristol run. But no, neither of them are in Bristol. I can't even know where they are. They're like 2 or 3 hours drive. I don't drive, so I know where fucking nothing is. Sit in the passenger seat.
See, people always talk about how excited they are for festivals, and they talk about how amazing the festival is, and it just it gives me the fear.
It's too busy.
I can't imagine staying near all the people and then not having like a solitary cupboard to hide in, like at night, just away from people, and then you smell like asshole. And there's nowhere to shower, and if you need a shit, you have to go into like a portaloo, and then your friends are dickheads, so they're going to dip the air. It sounds dreadful to me. I cannot stand.
I'm starting to. I mean, I really want to go. I've been going to too many for too long. I'm actually fucking loved not going last year. I realised how much healthier you can be in the summer. If you don't take drugs every weekend and roll around in mud. I think I'm going to choose I'll have to choose selectively, whatever's on. But I'm sort of going to give them a little bit of a break because they do just fuck you up in the long run.
Yeah.
But you can also do them well if you get a good van and you kick yourself out. And there's people that actually do festivals well. They don't get too fucked. They got mates that aren't dickheads.
I've seen people that people that are like really heavy on pills, like old people and stuff. Like they have like day worth of pills and stuff, like Monday to Friday timetables and stuff. For take pills. There are people that take pill boxes to festivals that are like, okay, so this is the day's set up. This is what I know I can take for these certain times. So
I appreciate that.
That's cool. That's doing drugs properly.
It's young fucking dickheads with egos. That are like, I could take 14 Eckies, I'm fucking solid. Fuck you. You're a dickhead.
Yeah.
Take drugs properly.
And just leave ketamine well alone. I think that just destroys most of the festivals. I know what you're feeling on.
It's a thing I've never tried, but I've tried like acid and stuff like that. Acid, I will never try again because I thought I was going to die. So
mate, you're better off not taking that shit.
Oh, definitely, man. I honestly, I can't believe we're getting into this, but this is what happens. Me and a friend, we took it, and I had done acid before on like a much smaller level, and
popped in.
My ego popped in, so we took 2 tabs. What I didn't realise they were really strong at the time, and I couldn't handle it. I had convinced myself that it was like there was lots of fucked up shit happening, and that like it was basically a horror. And if you've taken acid before, if anybody listens in and has taken acid before, they know about the loop that you get through.
Yeah.
You could convince yourself 20 to 100,000 times over that things aren't happening, and then things, like, there's just a whole twisted muddle of mindfuck that happens when you're in that. So if you're going through a terrible time, that is happening multiple times, back and forward, and then, it's a whole fucked up time.
I'm a fucking boring loser. Perfect. Like, I don't... I've smoked a half a joint in my life. I could not care less about taking any drugs whatsoever. To be fair, good. The gas stuff that you get put to sleep with as a kid, that stuff's fucking delicious. That stuff is brilliant.
Tasty.
Yeah, and was it NOS? Is it nitrous oxide? The stuff
nitrous oxide,
when you're
I
in
think
pain.
It's the same stuff.
Yeah.
No, one's to put you to sleep, one's just for pain.
I think it was morphine you originally got.
No, I've had that as well. Morphine's delicious as well. Legal drugs, I'm alright with the legal
just
stuff.
The hospital drugs.
Yeah, the hospital stuff, because you've got nurses to like look after you if you cry or whatever happens. But yeah, you talk about the drugs that you take, and I'm like, I didn't care. And then you want to go to a festival, and I'm like, why? Like, I'm the least hip hop person in the world.
Yeah.
So fucking boring.
So anyway, welcome to the podcast, man.
Yo,
that's what we do here.
Sorry, I was a little preoccupied then, because I'm just trying to find a fucking charger for my phone. 10%.
Oh, that's okay, man. That's okay.
But I'll
it's hidden under all his drugs.
So
got it.
So
I'm just cracking another Noir. Hang on.
So what do you have planned in the next few weeks? I noticed you were doing like one of those live festival things on Facebook. I think I've seen.
Yeah, I did. Did one for. Yeah, it went out on Saturday. It was for Mind, the mental health charity, and it was a mixture of this Southampton like sort of event book is called Gonna Be Sick, and Psychedelic Work, which is staged at the Isle of Wight Festival. There was a mixture of those two guys, doing a live stream. It was like an interactive. It was trying to emulate a festival basically, so you could walk your little icon around the map, and then you could bump into people and chat to them on webcam. Go to different stages and watch different things.
That is cool.
I could maybe do that one.
Yeah.
Because I could have a shower.
It'd be well, and
you can listen to it in the shower.
Yeah, I can listen to it in the shower, yeah.
Morphine. Yeah.
So that's
you can do it at the dentist.
It would be like being there real. You're just high on drugs, but you're safe.
Awesome. So again, what kind of things do you have planned coming up in the near future, my man?
So we've got, as I said, we've got a few festival bookings if they go ahead. But yeah, not holding my breath for those. Me and Binbags from Binbag Wisdom are making a more hip hoppy album, more so than our live stuff together. We've got about four tracks in the pipeline. We've got a couple other tunes with Syntax coming as well.
Awesome.
There's one that's almost finished, and one that we're doing with, do you know Tom Caruana?
Yes.
Yeah. He did the Wu-Tang Beatles album and did some of Syntax's earlier production.
Awesome.
Doing a tune with one of his beats, which I haven't even heard yet, but I'm well excited about that.
Nice.
And I'm collaborating with, do you know KOG?
No.
He plays he's fucking amazing. He plays in the band called KOG and the Zongo Brigade. They're like Afrobeat, jazzy, hip hop big band from like Leeds for that area. And he plays in another band called Onipa. But yeah, check him out. He's wicked. And we did a collab with my housemate who goes under the name Hip Hopopotamus, or the Hippo sound system.
Awesome.
Yeah, so just collaborations. I think it's just like this whole little break of gigging is just like giving me a new lease of life for collaboration. It actually feels better than the gigging. That's just what I sort of knew from music for so many years. Just practice, gig. But now just working with people, and I started to try and delve into a bit of promotion as well, which is fucking mind-numbingly boring.
Yeah,
but I figured that you got to do it.
Yeah.
Well, that's one of the things that's been interesting, is that people delving into a bit more creativity. I know it's like There's a lot of people that like do a lot of live performance and stuff like that, but like not hugely regular on new releases. So this time you're actually getting a chance to like, work on like your release dates and stuff like that, and then be able to work on promotion a little better as well.
Yeah. The stuff that I sort of I just had a disdain for, but it's like you just have to play the game a little bit, I think. And I'm doing a bit of like online courses on just basic like music marketing, and sort of like so that's the start. It feels like I was selling your soul a bit. It's like, oh, why am I in it for the right reasons? It's like, if you want to actually try and make some money from it and sustain yourself, you've got to play the game a little bit, I think.
And I feel like as long as you didn't go the mumble rap route, then you're fine.
Do it in the mumble rap route? Yeah,
as long as you don't go down the mumble rap
route. As long as you don't. I thought you were saying it as advice.
No.
Just do it in the mumble. Yeah, not the Xanax. What do they do to promotion? Just get as fucked up as possible and mumble.
I
don't know how they get in it. I have no idea.
What I heard the other day was someone talking on that no jumper thing, which I've unsubscribed from. By the way. There was a guy talking about someone not being hip hop because he doesn't have any tattoos and he doesn't take Xanax.
That's dumb. That's fucking stupid.
Fucking hell.
I was like, fucking.
No, that wasn't ironic.
No,
that was serious. A genuine statement.
Dead serious.
Fucking hell.
What an idiot.
Jesus Christ.
Fucking horrible, man. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, it's funny though because there's so much, as you guys know, for putting it out all the time. There's so much good.
Oh yeah.
Independent and there's just like people, I don't know, sort of think that hip hop's in a really dire situation at the minute because there is a fuckload of absolute trash, but there's also equally like incredible stuff.
There's lots of really good stuff out there, and we try our best.
The sad bit is that we don't know all of it. So like, we're never going to know every good song that's out every week. We sometimes struggle to fill a show some weeks, and that's quite annoying because we know for a fact there's 100 amazing fucking songs every week easily.
Yeah, man.
And we just can't.
It's always new releases, isn't it?
Yeah, new releases every week.
Is it? Yeah. Well, if I hear anything in particular, whenever it comes out, I send it over your way.
Awesome, man. Awesome. Perfect. Right, well, Jack, I will let you go, man. Thank you for joining us. Much appreciated. Is there anything you want to add?
Thanks for having me.
Is there anything you want to add, like links and stuff like that?
You could. Just had an album drop recently. I think you played most of it.
Yes.
Quite a short EP. Called the Crystal Fisting Ceremony.
Yep.
That's on all streaming platforms.
And by the way,
and on Bandcamp if you want to buy it and support.
By the way, you also realise that's part of the reason we got you on, because
is it?
To like name your album that is creative, and we think it's going to be great.
Sound. Yeah, it's because I don't know if you heard that spiritual tune that I did.
Mm-hmm.
There's a video for that as well, so I sort of went on the same line with that for the naming. Which in hindsight, maybe I shouldn't have done because I don't know if it's like accessible, but I thought it was funny.
Yeah, it's funny. Fuck it.
Who cares? Fuck it. If it's funny, who cares? Yep.
Yeah.
Best way.
Oh, my girlfriend Stella did the artwork for that as well, so I'll shout her out. For
awesome, man.
Stella MacArthur.
Perfect. Perfect. Yeah. Right, well, again, we'll let you go, Jack. Down. And, perfect. Thanks for coming on again, man.
Wicked, yeah, anytime.
Defo.
Keep up the good work.
Well, we certainly will do, man. Thanks. You too as well. That was our interview with DUR Brain. Awesome. Got a momentum at the start.
Yeah, it's a good start.
Didn't really get any better, did it? It just remained insane.
Well, in fairness to him, he wasn't aware that we weren't recording at the very beginning. So
I feel like that's bad, just like recording straight away when people come in.
Well,
maybe I should.
You catch all the funny stuff, man. I don't know. Who gives a fuck?
There's a lot of unfunny stuff that usually happens on the interviews.
Some professional didn't put their phone on silent.
That's the way in the corner, nobody heard it. But I guaranteed everybody heard it. It's annoying. So yes, that was the 2 interviews. Fantastic interviews. Hopefully we'll have some more next week.
Let's hope so.
Awesome. We're going to get into some more new music. We're going to start off here with Confucious MC, Verbz, Jehst, Sonnyjim, and Keor, Meteor. A track called Lanterns.
What's wrong with you two? Hold the Latin so the names show. Turn them this way.
Widescreen with a club, last beam from the woods, the good dreams of a trip, the nightmares can disturb. Wide angles, the life scrambles, hear a lot of shit, pretend to forget the wise rambles, just a crumb of wisdom. Hollow feeling like something's missing, running 2 timelines fam, something's different. Herb vendors, serving up canned weed, I'm laying low like Sam Seed, with the lantern in my hand to proceed through these dark tunnels and vast mazes, penning world-class pages, bare pretenders, highly skilled mime artists. It's just a circus, watching who can climb fastest. The pram artist, the sage fam, my line reaches, my rhyme book is a divine thesis. I pen pieces, the left dense in the densest reaches, never knowing what the centerpiece is, never knowing who the sentence reaches. Words manifest, some shit that you thought can become flesh. Strange outcome, leave my brain lay it out for me. Made a band play it loud for me when I'm out, it be barrels, plush paper, paper. I'm painting pictures of the crush, the queer through my hazy eyes, where I swim in the confusion. The internet age where we live with the intrusion.
I drive fast and talk slow. I'm sipping Bordeaux in Bordeaux. Kill the fox, caught me a couture coat. Buongiorno, beach house in Borneo. Girl Scout cookie wax, smoking on the Oreo. I had to risk it for the biscuit. Dabbed it and dipped it. Put it in a Pyrex and whipped it. I nicked the vodka, ate the lobster. Live long and prosper, flip the Oscar. I pulled the ting like Gold Gadget. Guerrilla tactics, you can feel the fiber of my fabric. Pop the pinger, shade the cocaine like ginger. Send it with the messenger, Melinda. I got that firework like the 5th of November. Pull a brick out like Jenga, you betcha. Apply pressure, take you out like a stretcher. Vanessa, #1 selector.
I stare blind in disguise and watch time pass. And life's fast, I know, don't mind chance. Appreciating all there is to be taken in eyes glance. Wonder if life's ours underneath the night stars. Asking which path to take while we find ours, chance fate. Run the race another day for only slumber away. Succumb to ways or rise above them, tired and stubborn. The product of my environment rugged. We're young and stay fugging and jugging in weight, hugging the block that ain't love them. I guess we chase what we give and living day to day. In the same place we sinning and chase the planes plagued with hate, jakes and villains. While I stay chilling with the same race, 8th billion. And some stay with it, trace to the young. Enabled by the funds that we all cradle in the slums. Lay your cards on the table, still chased by all we done.
Hey yo, my thoughts off track with a 40 sack of train wreck. Walking the razor blades edge with the brain dead. Faded like a blank cassette in your tape deck. Surviving the jungle, best take heed and take check. Somebody might run up in the spot first. These Flintstones shot rock work like clockwork. Ludovico technique, so I can't sleep till I'm under coroner sheets with no heartbeat. Tired eyes, pride wide shut by the equipment. Rapid eye movement, now I'm losing my religion. We're all aspiring to a living contradiction. Precog recognition for criminal conviction. We're in a critical condition on this blue marble. The food sparkle, strap the zoot, loop the sample. Set a crude example for the next gen. Collect ends, trying to cop a mansion like the X-Men's.
Yes, the scribes, J Boom, Tia Tommy, yo. Been pacing back and forth for a while now. Spent a while in, I want a while out. Can't figure out what my mind's about. The calls coming from inside the house, need to dial out. Bad connections, sure we got our wires crossed. My inner voice a dialogue with trains of thought in pile-ups. I kept it old school like dial-up. Spray flows like fire trucks, but now I'm mostly quiet, Got trapped in my own head when travelling home. Met an imaginary friend, now he's latched and he won't actually go. But it's no sweat, cause he's gradually grown to the companion I know best.
Yes.
Now we're talking fairly regular. He's morbid in his thoughts and though it's awkward, it's much better than when loneliness was everything. He seeps into my sentences to use me as his messenger. I'm thinking of letting him turn to craziness. Getting Stockholm syndrome with my aliases. Like, stop jumping on my sprays and the shit. Slap the face in the mirror till it breaks into bits. Turns to craziness. close.
It's cool, yo.
We mostly just chill and chat shit, but the chilling fact is he's actually latched in.
How are you?
And now he won't leave. Was here for the whole week and he's crashed on my pad since.
Yo.
Been eating all my food and shit, making me all moody. It's not feeling so salubrious, it's ludicrous. I know the dude is just imaginary, but when we have a chat, he acts a twat and answers back to me.
Let me smash the beat.
Not sure that he's still wanted. He tells me that he is, but still I'm feeling slightly haunted. So we just keep on talking, cause I find silence awkward, and being with my own thoughts is torture. Turns to crazy in this, getting Stockholm syndrome with my aliases. Like, stop jumping on my sprays in this shit. Slap the face in the mirror till it breaks into bits. Turns to crazy in this, getting Stockholm syndrome with my aliases. Like, stop jumping on my sprays in this shit. Slap the face in the mirror till it breaks into bits.
Hi, I've been settling in, telling the kid no such thing as the devil within, We're better tethered together. He gets hell of a head up when he's left with just him, See now I am liver than live, I am thriving inside of the mind of him. Sign of the times and shit, viral environment. He's holding anger in, I am the violence, Product of piracy, raised in the blaze of a fire pit. Fuck a psychiatrist, I am the right in between all the lines in his diaries. I blame society, that's where the failure is. So we staying in and blazing his spliffs. Get hazy as shit, some for real. Not sure which one is real and which one the alias is. Turns to craziness, getting Stockholm syndrome with my aliases. Like,
he's not home.
Stop jumping on my sprays and the shit. Slap the face in the mirror till it breaks into bits. Turns to craziness, getting Stockholm syndrome with my aliases. Like,
he's not home.
Stop jumping on my sprays and the shit. Slap the face in the mirror till it breaks into bits.
Running with the beats, keep it running with the beats, keep it running. You are currently listening to music with no filler, lyric realer. Mr. Enigma, never nigga, but my niggas pumping dealer. When you was in Bokrillin, you running from the fight while we flying to the ceiling. It's beats round spilling, ironic as hell that you fly before I quit. Sega Sonic 2 tails, but oh well, hell. Maybe hip hop will get the cheddar, and I can take off faster than a Nebuchadnezzar. I'm kinda dodging the feeling, so I need just to have it quick. Shit, four niggas share one box of berry kicks, but I mix and I make and I cook big bass swag, beat on break past it, trying to paint and know that shit. J-Rock can tell you fucking, but save all the emo. It's Revo, take part of my vision, this is Calico. A G.O. Mario Kart, hit it Luigi, indie artist trying to ball as smooth as Fushigi, believe me. Ha. Really be in your city, I'm throwing up on mics and bounces until we get a milli. I mean, it may sound silly. Smooth it out, keep it running with the beat, just keep it running with the beat, keep it running with the beat, just keep it running with the beat, keep it running with the beat, just keep it running with the beat, just keep it running.
Hope you feeling this mental energy rap. We be the remedy, smoking, sipping this Hennessy, boil, cooking this chemistry. A lot you niggas frauds, complacent, just being mini-me. Slicking with a bunch of dicks, writing crayon, throwing hissy fits. Hat cock, free man, spitting pituitary gland jogging. And all you bitch niggas is the target, eternally off the market, no Illuminati talking. Just revelations amazing in this world ever changing. My wallet empty, not even 50 cents inside it. I'm grinding, gotta get rich or I die writing. The game, every single nigga 30 plus inside it. Longer led by the young we the Tennessee Titans. Skip science, student not the brightest one. Last lab formulas, get my daughter formula. I punch my ticket out the hood before I'm under one. Need a shot before I see the barrel of a smoking gun. Smooth it out, hey, just keep it running with the beat. Keep it running with the beat, just keep it running with the beat. Keep it running with the beat, just keep it running with the beat. Keep it running with the beat, just keep it running with the beat. Keep it running with the beat, just keep it running with the beat. Keep it running with the beat, just keep it running with the beat. Keep it running with the beat, just keep it running with the beat. Keep it running with the beat, just keep it running with the beat.
My heart is with little dude, daddy's about to make it. You gon' have cameras chasing you before you start preschool. When in school, be yourself. Never listen to what they say about you. Be black and proud, they call you mixed, but can't take it out you. Losing sleep, I'm on my 49th hour. Eyes got bags under them like convenience store counters. 3 days, no shower. Child support knocking my son and me. Big and little man duo, Malone and Stock. We found ourselves in the studio. Lost boys, Rufio. In love with hip hop again since she left me for Gucci Ho. Commits the Renaissance
with. We've been backpacking in a city where they tote heavy metal like Black Sabbath. The rebirth and revival of better music. You complain about the state of our culture, but never do shit. Revolution, we do this. Rocking shows in Brooklyn. Mama, I gotta do it. What school without hooping? Done playing ball. Probably should've graduated. No degree, chasing money instead of giving presentations. Ha! But we don't need books, nigga. Our composition got us homesick. They said we be crooks, nigga. Let's move it out, keep it running with the beat, keep it running with the beats, 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 keep it running with the beat, keep it running with the. Let's move it out, keep it running with the beats, keep it running with the beat, keep it running with the beats, keep it running with the beats, keep it running with the beat, keep it running with the. Let's move it out, smooth it, keep it running with it, keep it running with it, keep it running, 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 running. Keep it running with it, keep it running with it, keep it running, 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 running.
Turn that goddamn TV off.
That we'll never get the answers for. Starline skies got man pondering existence like, wow, this shit is all nuts. Especially after smoking puff and a couple of slugs. Everything is nothing but nice, all so good. And everything's so beautiful even though we're at war. With our hearts and minds, souls in tatters, you can feel the scars. Still wet from the downpour, keep trying to dry my pores, but I'm soaking right to the bones. No lies in my life, yo, this ain't a joke. Cause when I'm down low, it's impossible to float. So I stay in this haze with my throat feeling choked, but there's hope. And it lives in an embrace that's delivered by you. The universe in form, an angel so true. I gotta keep it moving like we ain't got a clue. Cause we ain't, but that's fine. So many questions, not many answers. Somebody tell me why. Do I feel this inside me? These tears will fly. When you're good, then I'm good. We'll be good together. When you're good, then I'm good. We'll be good together. Saving grace, I hate this place. Smoking loud, borrowing down, getting on with it. Flying on some solo shit like a hopeless prick. Moving back, going forward. Double steps, losing time. I see the signs, same old times. Them double shots, many pints. I lost my mind, I ain't fine. Make mistakes, losing faith. Miss your touch, fuck my brain. Love my heart, finding courage that was lost. I'm cold and hurt, burnt and gone. Into dust, must we run? From the sun to the dark, it flickers out. Wish for a spark, give me the light. I've been pulled apart, sharp as dark, pain at start. Damn, it hurts. Life and lessons, breathe and stop, take it in, look around, hug them all. Who run this town? Run amok and say it loud. Let's share the pain, relax your frown. I think we might just get through this, wow. So many questions, not many answers. Somebody tell me why. Do I feel this inside me? These tears will fly. When you're good, then I'm good. We'll be good together. When you're good, then I'm good. We'll be good together. We'll be good together. We'll be good together.
fresh shit and delete the whack. This that motherfucking widow rap from the home of the beast out the bag. On the back, yo. This that motherfucking widow rap when we remind the fresh shit and delete the whack. Hey, yo, creepy fucking widow here to do the world dirty. Came to be your furnace, turn your family into jerky. Wonder why I waste my breath, you cunts don't deserve me. Put the lotion on the fucking skin unless you feeling thirsty. Just a self-appointed hero with the stoners and crooks. Reaching newborns, a cab rolls, and rusty coat hooks. Look, speak a living meme slash Saudi regime. Killer for dreams, see your pussy boy had him in steams. Everything I quote is it dopeness, opus. Hope is, leave the world choking on my broke fist. I'm dirty like the fucking hair up in the soap dish. Rhymes is paramount, this kind of the hopeless. Smoke fish, pissing down a Gatorade bottles, and then I wave around my head like some terrible towels. I aim for the Bibles, straight out the dungeons of rappers. And Lennon and McCartney made a clap for spot clap. Bitch, that motherfucking widow rap from the home of the beast out the bag. Bitch, that motherfucking widow rap where we rewind the fresh shit and delete the whack. Bitch, that motherfucking widow rap from the home of the beast out the bag. Bitch, that motherfucking widow rap where we rewind the fresh shit and delete the whack.
Holding the strap on my waist like a dyke bra. Piss drunk, drinking fireball, eating Tide balls. Dripping hits of liquid acid on my eyeballs. On the west side with more guns than the flock all. Gave a bitch battery acid, then she caught off. Fell out and started shaking on the sidewalk. That's when they put me in the psych ward. Make less sense than the blind seeing eye dog. On my weirdo rap, got the air hole max. Spray like here go that, and that's zero cat. Conservative bracket jack, see they hero whack. Clip pack, get Ben Shapiro clap. Sniff a line of Ajax, play records and 8 tracks. Play back, reminisce about them days way back. Fuck a chain, fuck a Beamer, fuck a Maybach. Just let me speak, smash a bitch, we got the train pass.
It's that motherfucking widow rap from the home of the beast out the bag. It's that motherfucking widow rap where we rewind the fresh shit and delete the whack. It's that motherfucking widow rap from the home of the beast out the bag. It's that motherfucking widow rap where we rewind the fresh shit and delete the whack.
That was Confucious MC, Verbz, Jehst, Sonnyjim, and Keor Meteor with Lanterns. We had Describes and J Boom featuring Mr. Tea Time, the track called Stir Crazy. We had Clear Soul Forces with Running.
They're dope.
Ellaman. Oh, you heard these guys?
Yep.
Awesome. Ellaman and Norm Oddity with Universe. Speak the Rebel and G Farm Black with Weirdo Rap. You'll like that tune. A new edition was Weirdo shit.
Aye.
You're a weirdo.
I like tea. So Mr. Tea Time's like
Mr.
a
Tea
favourite
Time's
rap.
your favourite shit.
Does he mean food tea time, or is he British?
Well, the track was called Stir Crazy, so I'm assuming he's talking about a cup of tea. Just, it's not about that at all. So on our sister station, the BTN podcast, we done an interview. Finally, we were able to get this out, the Lawrence Krauss interview. It'll be out in a couple of weeks.
26th of March.
As part of our Science Month Spectacular.
Indeed.
And then we'll finish
If you don't
off.
know who Lawrence Krauss is, he's a theoretical physicist and cosmologist. He's also quite a famous atheist activist. He's done documentary with Richard Dawkins. He's done debates with Michael Shermer. He's shared the stage with William Craig, I think. Dinesh D'Souza. He's debated these guys.
Go check out the documentary, The Unbelievers. It's a brilliant watch.
He's just released a book called The Physics of Climate Change. It's a physicist's point of view on the science of climate change. He starts off by explaining that he's not a climate scientist, but you should be able to have rational discourse about these subjects, and I agree. And climate change is real, and we need to deal with it.
There you go. Yes, so fantastic. So there's that. Going in quite soon. Do we have anything else to add, Craig, before we go?
No. Get your vaccine.
We just had our vaccine and we're fine. Absolutely fine.
Aye.
No death. If I was there, I would have told you. So we're going to end there. This is Locksmith, Atmosphere, and Rebecca Nobel with Fantasy World. Peace.
busted, got bags underneath my heart, but I'll liberate your car before my people starve. I'm swimming through the garbage with maggots and artists, face down, drowning in the shaggest of carpets. I know it probably sounds like a complaint, but it ain't. Keep a roller ready for the wet paint. If you don't trust yourself, you can't believe in anybody else. We ain't got the time to help you realign your parallels. I'm not embarrassed or scared to fail. You could definitely tell by my hair and my nails. I shot the deputy, the sheriff was a separate deal. We all standing in line to ride the same fucking Ferris wheel. Excuse me, crab, I'm not having it. You wanna take a stab? Contact the upper management. Ain't enough time to keep waiting for tomorrow. Open up the wine, drink straight from the bottle.
Who the hell do you think you are? Jewels and a fancy car. You ain't built like that, so take that back. Better wish on a falling star. Oh, you.
I know what it
is. Living in a fantasy world.
Yes. Yo, you think celebrity status is static list till you stack your chips and you wager. Self-examination for government printed paper. Some of us in the taper, integrity for some acres. Slice of Americana, cause their Madonna is Taylor. Made for the people that's only seeking acceptance. Rather just pretend and accept the skin you dressed in. Why even address him? Me, I got a bone to pick. Better yet, a fish to fry. You capping, no big surprise. Your rapping is with the prize. Solely superficial. Instant gratification. Your lack of patience for fiscal. Rewards you on board, but it's only for an image that suck in high school. Showboating during the scrimmage. Clothing just for attention, essentially just a prostitute. They give likes and you kiss ass to constitute. More social currency, currently chasing bucks on Fantasy Island. Your tattoos prove you fake as
Who the
fuck.
hell do you think